I'm Simon Kell, work here at Yorkshire Children's Centre. I'm the Chief Executive and been here for 13 years. Just like to say a big thank you to all the volunteers that have worked for us over the years. You make a fantastic difference to the work that we do, and I know because we hear the stories from the people that you support and also from yourselves. So thank you very much indeed.
It's Volunteer Week 2015 and we'd like to say a big thank you to all Yorkshire Children's Centre, 160 volunteers. We'd like to say a big thank you.
And to all our Pass It On shop volunteers as well. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
We would like to say a big thank you to all the volunteers that help us within the shops. I myself started out as a volunteer over 2 years ago and now I'm a paid member of staff. Thank you.
Thanks for all your support.
Thank you to all Cafe Jack's volunteers. We really appreciate all the hard work that you've done.
Yay!
I'd just like to introduce you to Jason. Jason's been at Pass It On for almost 6 years. Jason came as a volunteer and obviously for the first few months he was a bit shy, but he's come out of the shell now. While Jason's been here, me personally, he's helped me quite a lot. He's done a lot of good things for us. He's been out on the vans when needed. He's done house clearances with me, hasn't he? He's done the pat testing, he's been trained as a pat tester. He's fantastic. He can build anything up, any beds at all. We give them to Jason like this here. If you have just a look there, that's what Jason's going to be doing hopefully next week. And the more difficult the task is, the better he feels about doing it. He's a valued member of our team and we're just happy to have him on board. His confidence has grown and you can see the change in him. After 2 or 3 weeks here, he got more and more confident. Now he's just part of the team. I'd like to say this, and have you enjoyed yourself here?
Actually loving it. Yeah. Great team.
Yeah, and you've done all different aspects, haven't you? Yeah. And I've been out many a time, myself and Jason, and I've always got confidence. Me and him, we've never no problem. We've cleared houses, complete houses, everything on his own, without any help at all, and I like that confidence in him. So I'd just like to shake hands and say thanks for being here, Jason. Keep at it.
My name's Paul Roberts, I'm the Operations Manager for Pass It On. What I'd like to say is thank you to all the volunteers that work for us, because this business just could not exist without them. All our volunteers play a really important role in our business. They do exactly the same work as paid staff, and they undertake all the roles and all the challenges of the paid staff within the shops, and we encourage them to do so, because quite often they become paid member of staff, like this young man's next to me.
Good example. Yeah, I should point out, I'm Nathaniel Higgins, I'm a project administrator at Pass It On, and I did start as a volunteer actually, and it was through the enjoyment that I felt working as a volunteer that I wanted to become a paid member of staff, and obviously I got that. So I think something that we can say is it really does pay off if you were a volunteer at Pass It On. There's definitely chances for you to become a paid member of staff, which is excellent. And I would also like to say that if we didn't have volunteers here, the organisation would shut down, because absolutely we do rely on volunteers. And the time and the effort that they put in is absolutely second to none, really. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Thank you,
Anytime.
My name's Carl Thomas. I'm a volunteer for Pass It On. I've been here about 5 or 6 months now. I started doing this because I was bored at home. I sort of like do one day in the shop, one day on the driver's mates. I enjoy it here because it gets me out to meet other people. Okay, thanks.
Hello, I'm Gary. I've been a volunteer here since November the 12th, 2013. My role here is basically eBay listing, doing a bit of research into furniture, and also repair furniture. Other to my roles, I do portable appliance testing, and that's about it at the moment. The reason why I volunteer is simple. It's quite simple actually. At first, it was to gain relevant references, up-to-date references, but I seem to have sort of made home here, if you like. So I enjoy the work I do. I like the furniture, I like the people. I think I like the furniture better, in most cases.
I like to volunteer because it makes me feel better as a person. It makes me feel worthwhile and fulfilled. The people I work for are tremendous people. Amanda, there's Dee Dee, and the volunteers themselves, wonderful people to work with. I enjoy my job. I like to help people. I like the customer service. I like the face-to-face contact with people, and basically Pass It On is a great charity, a great place to work.
Hiya, my name's Mark. I started volunteering with the Pass It On organisation last September and worked there for 5 months. I really enjoyed the experience. It gave me confidence, so when a paid role came up I applied for it and was successful in getting it. So as a result of voluntary work, it's meant I've got a job for the first time in 7 years, I've got increased confidence, I'm sorting myself out financially. It's done me the world of good, so I'd like to thank Pass It On and Yorkshire Children's Centre for giving me the opportunity.
I volunteer to be a befriender because I feel it helps the elderly's life, because she gets to go out and have a cup of tea and buy some meals when she's run out of food, and I think that really helps her lifestyle. And just has a little bit, just helps a little bit for her, gets her out of the house and makes her feel not as, breaks up her routine.
For Yorkshire Children's Centre. I started volunteering as an administrator and then gained employment as a talent match key worker.
And I started volunteering with Yorkshire Children's Centre as a change of career, and I'm working as a tutor on the New Beginnings programme, and I'm also back at college in training for that as well.
Volunteering really works, and YCC really supports their volunteers.
If it wasn't for volunteering, I wouldn't even be here. So, yay!